Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs, and today I'm going to show you how to make my little Bumble ball bee. He's a ball and he's all connected and he's got little tiny wings and sort of funny googly eyes and little antenna. He's not supposed to look like a real bee, he's sort of like a little cartoony bee. We're going to do it on a single loom and it's going to be the standard configuration. It's going to be a bit fiddly. We're going to be doing some funky things, but bear with me on this. You're going to need your Rainbow Loom base removal tool, which is at the back of your hook. So you are going to need that, and that's to take these apart when you need to, because we are going to be doing that. Okay, so for the first bit we're going to have the big blue piece on all three of them. The top one is going to be on 2, and I'm going to move the bottom one so it's just on 2 as well. Okay, and that's how we're going to start at this stage, because what we're going to do, we need 11 columns, and we're going to have to take these off when we're done with it and move it across. So as I said, it's going to be a bit fiddly, but we can do this. Alright, the colours you're going to need are black and yellow, and I'm using clear for the wings. I've got 2 of the sew on googly eyes, but I'm pretty sure you can use white beads as well if you wanted to. And then I've got the little mini pony beads, black, for the top of the antenna. And again, you could probably use a different colour if you chose to. Let's get started with double banding, which means you take 2 bands at the same time and place them together as if they were a single band. And what we're going to do is have 2 at the top like this, and then 2 yellow, 2 black, 2 yellow, and 1 band which will be black to use as an end cap, like that. And it's a single band that you wrap around your fingers twice. Okay, now we need 11 columns of these. However, on a couple of the columns we're going to add wings and eyes, so bear with me while we do this. And we're also going to need to stretch our crossover bands across, and that's going to be a fun little challenge. Now I have to admit, it is much easier on multiple looms joined together, because you just lay all the 11, oops, I don't need 2 of those, all the 11 columns out and do it in one hit. But I figure I'll show you how to do it this way, and we can do an extended loom version another time. We're going to put our end caps on, single band, wrap it around your fingers twice. Like that. Now, number 3, and we're going to call this 1, 2, 3, and this will be 4 when we move it across here. Number 3 needs to have a wing on it. And I'm going to make the wing down here at the bottom of my loom. I'm going to take 2 clear bands and place them here, another 2 and place them here, another 2, oopsie, and place them here, and my final 2 are going to be placed here. So you have 4 pair, and we're going to get an end cap and put it here. So single band, wrap it around your fingers twice and pop that on. Now your tool does not have to be the metal hook, it can be your plastic hook as well, it doesn't really matter at all. Dig down past your clear end cap and grab the 2 bands at the bottom, loom them across, loom this one up and loom this one up. You're going to take this side off the loom and rejoin it over here and loom this one up. Take it off your loom, and here we have, this is what is going to be his little wing, and we need it to be on this third column, and I'm going to put it low down here on the top of this black band here. Alright, otherwise I feel that they get a bit high, so I just want it, as you can see here. Alright, so we're going to leave that there. Now we need to do some crossover bands. So taking a single clear band, we're going to stretch it across, and where we have the wing, we're going to go under the wing. Okay, oops, and I'm going to reattach that. There we go. Alright, so we're ready to loom this part up. So starting over here, always work from your left to the right. We're going to grab the two bottom yellow bands, push the crossover band back with the back of your hook to grab the two black bands. Okay, now we can loom this one up. Grab the two yellow bands, hold your crossover band in place. Okay, we're ready to take this column, this first column, off our loom, and in order to do that we need to have a holding hook or a pencil or something like that to keep it secure. So I'm going to place my holding hook down here, and I'm going to take this one off the loom, but note that because I've loomed this next one in, my crossover bands are still in place. So very carefully now I'm going to remove this first column and place it over here. Make sure it's still aligned. You might have to lift your wing up to get it there. Push it down nice and solid. Now, because you've got these blue pieces securely holding these columns in place, we can turn our loom over, take the big blue piece out, and we can move that so that it is holding two columns, and keeping this next one available for the next time. So let's lay our bands. Remember, we have to do 11 of these. Out the way, wing. Column 3 will have a wing, column 5 and 6 will have eyes, and column 8 will have a wing. So do our end cap, pop that on there. Now we're going to move our crossover bands across to incorporate that new column that we've just done. So just move those clear bands across. Now we're ready to loom the next column. So dig down and find. Now where we've come to here, I'm going to stretch this out and go under the wing. Okay, then I'm going to dig down and find the two yellow, and that will secure the wing in place. Okay, so I've loomed this one up. I'm now ready to take this second column off my loom. So gently does it. Okay, keep that on my hook. I'm now going to take this column off my loom and move it up here. Now I can move these, because this one is securing it. I can move these up so that I have the next one ready. Okay, push down. I'm going to lay my bands out. and I have a black crossover band, so that's a single band. Now if you remember, the wing was on column 3, so this is 4 and this is 5. Number 5 needs an eye, and we're going to put the eye on the black part here. So I'm going to use my threader. I have a little metal threader that I made from a twisty tie, and I have a tutorial on how you can make one of those on my YouTube channel. I love mine. What I'm going to do is lift up this black band here, the second one. I'm going to take my metal threader and I'm going to thread it so that the black band is in that metal threader, like that. I'm going to take a googly eye. Now you can use a button or you can thread this onto a bead, it really doesn't matter. I'm going to take my googly eye and I'm going to place that on the band. I'm going to remove my threader. Taking that band, I'm going to place it back. Now, I only did that on one band. The other band is still under there, okay? So I only did that on the one band. Now I'm going to move my crossover bands to the next peg. Like that. And I'm ready to loom. So I'm going to dig down. Now the crossover bands can fit nicely between about 5 and 6 columns. So this is column 5. We will have it go across to column 6 and then we'll add some new crossover bands. So I've loomed up this one. I'm going to take this one off my loom. This is column 3. And I'm going to then take my column off and move it forward again. This is going to be column 6, so it needs an eye as well. So let's place our bands. I hate it when the bands go all sort of tangly. And we'll do our crossover, our end cap here, single band, like that, and pop that there. We need to put our eye here, so lift a single band off from here, get my metal threader, pop it through, grab the eye, slide that through, and twist it so it's the right way. Get rid of my threader, reclaim the end of that band for the eye. Come here, little eye. There we go. And I'm just going to pop that there. Remember, only one band. Now I'm going to move my crossover band over to here. Now, as you remember, this is number 6. So really, after this, we want to start using new crossover bands. So dig down, grab the 2 yellow and loom up. When we loom this one for the eye, we're taking both bands and looming them up, but we want to poke our little eye through there. So make sure he's poked through, okay? Come on, little eye. Maybe I need a finer. There we go. Now we're going to dig down and grab those 2 last black bands and loom them up. Now I'm ready to take column 4 off. And I'm going to move column 4 up. Now you can see I've got nowhere to put it. I need to remove this. And it's okay to, because these are holding the 3. I'm going to take this off and move it up so that I have a peg free. So now I can take this column off my loom and move it forward. So this is going to be number 7. So I'm going to place my bands, tangly there, I'm going to do a single band for my end cap, wrap it around my fingers twice. Now, as I mentioned, we're going to use new crossover bands. So take some new clear bands and we're just going to pop them across from the middle peg to the right hand side peg, just like this. Okay, now we're ready to loom up column 6. So take your hook, hold on to the end cap, and again when we do the eye we're going to take both of the black bands, loom it up, but then we want to make sure that our little eye pokes out like that. Grab the black bands for the top and loom up. Let's move our blue connectors to the next side. So I'm going to do that one there, and then this one, I'm turning my loom over, grabbing this one, moving that one up. I'm ready to take this column off, dig down, grab the bands, and gently ease this off the loom. And now we can take this column off. Now this is going to be column 8. Column 8 needs to have a wing on it. I'm going to prepare for my next column, so I'm going to take the middle bit off because it's secured by the 2 at the top here. I'm going to move it into the middle like that. I'm going to place my bands. Do my end cap. I'm going to move my crossover bands across. And I'm going to make my wing down here. Do you remember how to do it? Take 2 clear bands, another 2 clear bands, another 2. So you have 3 pair here, another pair here, and an end cap on the end. So take a single one, wrap it around your fingers twice, pop that on, dig down past that end cap till you get to the 2 clear bands. We're going to loom them across over here. Loom this one up, loom this one up, take these off the loom and replace over here, and loom up. Now remember, if I'm doing this a bit fast for you, you have complete control of the speed of this video. You have your pause button. Please don't be ashamed to use it. I use mine all the time. And I can see that I missed a band there. I'm going to redo this. It's hard when they're clear bands. Sometimes you can't see them terribly well. Here we go. Let's try that again. Dig down, loom to the side, loom up, loom up. Take this off and replace it this side, and then loom up. We'll take that off, the loom. There we go, that looks much better. Alright, do you remember where we said we were going to put it? It lives on the top of this black band. So I'm going to just place him there. And I'm ready to loom up for column 7. Holding on to that end cap, I don't want it flying off anywhere. And this isn't really a hard loom, it's just fiddly. So let's take this one off, column 5, or is this column 6? This is column 6. There we go. So I can now take this column off my loom, and I'm going to move it up here. I have to move that little wing out the way to make room. There we go. I'm going to turn it round and get this ready for the next set. Alright, let's lay our bands. So that was 8, so this is column 9. Excuse me, little wing. And an end cap. And we're ready to loom up the one with the wing, which is 8. Hold the end cap. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't stretch our crossover bands. Let's stretch the crossover bands. That would have been bad. There we are. Now we'll loom up. Remember, we have to stretch this out to go around the wing and under. And you just need it to be placed a little bit under. You can fiddle faff with it after. Grab the 2 yellow. There we go. So let's take this side off our loom. And then lift this column off and move it. This is going to be number 10. Place our bands. 2 black, 2 black, 2 yellow, 2 black, 2 yellow, and a black end cap, which is a single band twisted around your fingers. Let's move our crossover bands across. And we're ready to loom up. Oopsie. There we are. So let's take number 8 off our loom. I'm going to take the blue connector off and move it forward 1 so that we can put our column over here for our last column, column 11. Lay our bands. Black single end cap. Move our crossover bands over. Now we're ready to loom. And as that was our last column, we can loom both of these we're going to take these off the loom. And there we have the shape of our little bee. I'm going to move my loom out the way. What we need to do now is take a single black band, place it on our hook, and transfer all of these onto that single black band. Okay, move it to the back here. Now obviously you want the eyes and the wings to be at the front, so make sure you don't do it inside out. And take, you've got two bands here, one of the front, one of the back. Take the one closest to you up, over and off, and you now have that connected here on your hook. I'm going to swap hooks. I hate this hook, my holding hook, it's very sharp. Okay. Now, at the bottom here, we've got these little frilly black end caps. We're going to gather them all up on our hook, on another hook. So if you've put this on a pencil, that's fine. So gather these all up, all the little black end caps. And find another black band, single, and we're going to thread those all onto that. Try not to get them too twisted like I just managed to. As I mentioned, this is not supposed to look like a real bee. This is a little cartoony looking bumblebee, as you can see. Okay, he's a ball, so he's not going to look real. Take the one closest to you, up, over and off, like that. Now we're going to sew his backside up a little bit because there's a hole here. Okay, take a black band, put it on the end of your hook that's at the bottom. Okay, and we're going to move that up and over like this, and we're going to reclaim the end of our band, take the one closest to you, up, over and off, and tie a little knot. That's a little slip knot. We're going to move our band through here. Our hook is going to go through here. We're going to grab this and pull it through, and we're basically just going to go from the underside out to move this band up to marry up to this other loop here. And the reason I say go from the inside out is because you don't want it to be too obvious. So there we go. Now place the two ends onto one hook like that, and we want to take one over the other. Now I can see if I take this one over the other here, I'm going to end up with that one there. So I'm going to swap around so that this one is the first one and the top one is the last one, so that when I take this over and off, I'm left with my bee on the band at the top. Now you can make yourself, I'm going to just attach another band to the top here, pass it through that band, reclaim it and tie my slip knot. I'm actually going to make some little antenna for mine, some little chubby antenna. You don't have to. You can leave it finished like this if you want to, but I just think it'll be a bit fun. So I'm going to take my loom, make sure that the arrow is facing toward you. I'm going to take some black bands, a single black band, figure 8, loop it on itself, and you're going to put this 3 down like that. Now for the end cap, I'm just going to fix this up. It's a bit wonky now that I'm not using all. There we go, that's better. For the end cap, I'm going to take a single black band, stretch it into a figure 8, leave it on my fingers like that. I'm going to thread one of my little black mini pony beads onto that, reclaim the end of my band so it's sitting like that. Okay, and that's what I'm going to place on the end here. That is going to be my end cap. I'm going to do the other antenna, stretch it into a figure 8, okay, I'm going to take my single band, stretch it, figure 8, leave it on my fingers, get my next mini pony bead, slide it on, reclaim the end, and that's going to go on the end here. Okay, so now I'm ready to loom up. I'm going to pull that bead back and expose the 2 black bands that need to come up. I'm going to do that on the other side as well. Like that. I'm going to take both of these off the loom onto my hook. 1 and 2. Okay. Now, if you remember, I had just tied another band to the end of my Bumble ball. So what I'm going to do is I want this to go across this way. So I'm going to dig my hook down, sort of just a little bit higher than where his wing is, stick it out the middle here, grab the black band, and I'm going to pull that back with me to come out the side like that. Okay, so it's coming out the side where the wing is. I'm going to get my hook and I'm going to slide my antenna onto that black band like this, and I'm now going to put my hook the other side against his wing and poke out through the middle here, grab that black band, and I'm going to pull it so that it comes out the other side like that. And then all I'm going to do to secure it is stretch it open, splay that band open, and pop those 2 antennae through it like that. And there is my bumblebee. I hope you like it, and I hope you have fun making them. Take care. Bye bye.